In this episode, I arrive at a very strange, silent, still Nayland Airfield. I test out a new camera angle, and as promised, I show the return trip from Duxford in the RV4. Saturday the 16th of November, nobody else about, not a breath of wind. Gauge has read 0 for absolutely ages. It's a bit damp out. I'm not going to go anywhere in particular, but I've got to take advantage of any flying I can do during this weather. Just look and listen. Just nothing. I'll turn that down just a little bit to try and remove that squelch. Martin has just flown. I'll probably include the little bits and pieces of his takeoff here actually, so have a look at that. Because the ground was wet, he didn't use all of the runway. That resulted in going down the hill a little bit, but no problem for his Jodel whatsoever. That was Martin taking off this morning. He has landed and said that it's like rails today. We've got a very, very overcast layer. I think it's about 2000. Outside air temperature of 9 degrees. Underneath that there's quite a nice visibility. Should have actually cleaned the screen, it's really dirty. But I know that because of the ground is rather wet, I'm going to have to do quite a clean, because we're flying without the spats. I spoke about that in a previous video. If you're watching this one, I don't know, I'll give up. You've got a playtime one, then you've got Duxford, and then you might have this one depending on whichever. But I did say that I had taken the spats off. They were filling up with crud, as well as being, generally speaking, a pain, because I tried to pump up the tyre and all I did was let one down. But I will include a little bit of film of that now. I don't know what you think, but I do think it looks, doesn't look finished, put it that way, without the spats. But still flying nicely. As Martin said, absolutely rock solid, stable. What else have I done different today? Yeah, what I have done is that back camera. When I was doing some editing on that playtime one, I did try zooming in because I actually didn't have it positioned properly. So what I've done is, I don't know whether you can see it on that back camera, but I'm actually sort of powering it through the phone, which gives me a better idea of what it looks like in terms of an image. In a little while I might change that and see what your feedback might be on it. But we have had an absolutely rubbishy week with lots and lots of rain. Fair bit of wind, but mainly rain. But it is surprising that when you're looking around, there's not a lot of standing water. John isn't about today because he's got grandchildren with him. He said he might be around tomorrow, but I'm not sure I will be. So, as I've said before, it gets to this time of year where you actually think, I really do need to make or take advantage of all the opportunities that you can get. I know some people will watch the channel and think, well, he's not actually going anywhere or doing anything. Yeah, true, sometimes I don't. What I am doing is I'm flying for fun. I'm not saying that the channel has got any major aims, but if anything, it was basically, as I wrote in the blurb when I first started it, it's a sort of ride-along channel. If people feel that by watching the videos they're flying with me, then that's a box that can be ticked. I just really want to show how much fun flying is. Yes, of course it's nice to go from A to B. Trouble is today there's not many places that would welcome you because most of the grass strips are too wet. Besides, I'm just going to have a little fly around, test out that camera angle, see what it's like. Unfortunately, it's going to be a bit murky. You can't see it, but I'll turn just to see if he does pick up on that front camera, but it's taking out the fact that I've zoomed in a little bit, but there's just one pool of light that's lighting up Great Bentley Green right on the nose at the moment. I was talking earlier to somebody about the fact that the mist in the valley will sometimes cause us a problem at Nayland, and then it can be reasonably clear around, but in the valley you're not going to be able to pick it up with this camera, but in the distance you got some rolling hills. Well, you can't even call them hills, but you got some highlands, so you've got some puddles of mist. Nayland traffic, Golf Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel, turning final Nayland traffic.
As I taxi up to the hangar, I'd just like to thank my 1,111 subscribers. Do appreciate your support. I really like reading your comments. Please tick like, subscribe if you haven't, and tick the notification bell. It does help the channel grow. But as I say, I do appreciate your support. But before I actually shut down on this one and play the credits, I will include part of the return trip from Duxford in the RV4.